What's going on? What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Your boy, he's back. He's doing a live. Haven't done one in a while. I know. Told myself told everybody I was going to be consistent with this live, and I haven't. You know, some things just happen where I just can't do them, and man, I got to stay consistent, but it's just, sometimes it's just the way the chips fall. I can't do it. I'm trying to clean these damn glasses, man. But how's everybody doing? Got a couple people in the building. We're waiting for some people to get in here. Right now we got Roy Boy in the house. Going live. I gotta get my ass home. Hope I catch y'all later. Hope you can come in there later, Roy Boy. San Francisco 49er fan right there. His 49ers are doing really well. Man, it's going to be a tough team, man, in the playoffs. The NFC will run through San Francisco 49ers, in my opinion. My guy, Keitho, what's up, brother? Mark the man, Orum Den, let's freaking go. Been waiting all live. I know, bro. I've been waiting too, brother. I saw that you put the comment in the video. Appreciate it a lot, man. You're one of my favorite subscribers, and I really appreciate it, brother. Gonna try to make this consistent. I always say I try to, man. I just can't, just sometimes I can't do it. And I try, guys. I try. Dom the Bandit in the building. Yo, Mark is back. We were so close to clinching. I hope we can get it done Sunday. I think we're going to get it done Sunday, brother. I think we're going to get it done Sunday. We're going to be dancing in the middle of that field. Right on that, right on that Vikings head, right there. We're going to be dancing on there, and I think we're going to be celebrating the NFC North title. So that's going to be special. This team's going to be fired up. I'll tell you right now, though, man, the Vikings are not going to lay down. They're not going to lay down because I tell you right now, they're not going to be the ones that want to be watching that nonsense. You know what I mean? So they're going to be coming out to play like it's damn Super Bowl. Brent DeWitt, drub the Vikings. I'm here. I'm hearing you, Brett. I think we're gonna. Add respect. Thanks, brother. Wake's in the house. Chris Wakeham, my boy. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Second best team in the NFC. Who? 49ers? No, I'm just joking, brother. I'm just joking. You think we are? I still think Dallas, man. I still think Dallas is scary, but I'll tell you one thing about Dallas. Wakes. By the way, Chris Wakeham, one of my best friends, long time coming. Played ball together, done lots of silly things together, me and Chris Wakeham. Partied, did a lot of good things, man, a lot of fun times, me and my boy Chris. But he's a 49ers fan as well. And, yeah, I still think Dallas, bro. I still think Dallas is the team, but Dallas can be beat on the road. Dallas can be beat on the road. They're not the same team for some reason. They're a juggernaut at home. Different when you're playing them on the road, and I would love to catch them on the road come playoff time. I know we got to go there 2 weeks from now, but that's that. Hopefully we can stay healthy. And hey, man, might be playing for that 2 seed sooner than later. Justin Chase, what's going on, brother? What's up, brother? It's been a while. It's been too long, bro. I'm back though. I'm back. Gonna try to make this a thing every week. I know I say I'm gonna, but man, we take the North Sunday. Let's hope our defense plays like we did against the Broncos. Hey, man, Aaron Glenn called a great game, Keitho. He called a great game. I think he threw that whole Broncos game plan out the window because I don't think the Broncos knew that they didn't think that was coming. They didn't think that was coming. Blitzing like 70-80% of the time. Keeping Russell Wilson's head on a swivel, on his toes, and he was running for his life a lot. We don't have a great pass rush, but when the blitz works in this team, my God, we got a good defense, man, when the blitz works. Because then you got guys getting home, right? You got guys getting home. We got a little bit of coverage in the back end. So it works. It worked. And, Glenn didn't go away from it, which was really good, too. Down the band, Gardner Johnson back to practice. We need help this Sunday. I think there's a chance he plays this Sunday, too. I know he just got activated. He just started playing, just started practicing. I think today was his first day. I'd be shocked if he played this week, though. I would be a little bit shocked. A lot of rust out there. I think he's going to be ready for Dallas. I don't. This is just my uneducated guess here, but I don't think he's going to be playing against Minnesota. CJ Gardner-Johnson. I know he's going to try his damnedest to get out there, but I think they're going to hold him back for one more week, and I think he'll be ready for Dallas. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong on many things before. Justin Chase, what do you think is going to go in the next 3 games? Do you think we got both the Vikings games or only home? I think we're sweeping the Vikings. I got us beating the Vikings in Minnesota. I got us losing to Dallas at home because I think they're just a different animal. I think we have a chance to beat Dallas, but they are a different animal. And I think we beat them at home too, and we end up with the record of 12-5. That's what I think. It's going to come down to a game. It's going to come down to literally a game to get that 2 seed. That's going to be tough. I don't think we're going to catch the 49ers, even though we're only a game behind right now. I don't think we'll catch them. I think that's just a juggernaut right there, those 49ers. But we end up 12-5, man. I predicted 11-6 at the beginning of the year. We're right on the verge of it. So, but I think we win the next 2 out of 3 and both wins against Minnesota. That's what I'm saying. No disrespect to the Vikings. I just think we're going to beat them. Dallas comes to Ford Field. I'll see you in Frisco. Ho, ho, ho. Bro, man. Bro, if they come, we got to go. We got to go, bro. Hey, Mark. What's going on? Gary Kissinger, a long time. Did you see CJ's interview? No, but I heard about it. I heard it was an absolute gem of an interview. I heard my guy, John Macaron, that works for the Lions. He's a Sports Illustrated Lions guy, podcaster, journalist. Done a couple pods with him before. Great guy to talk to about NFL and Detroit Lions in general. I read he read a little bit of a blurb on Facebook. He's got that lowdown, Detroit Lions lowdown. He said it was a gem of an interview for about 90 seconds, whatever, how long it was. I don't think it was very long. But I guess it was fantastic. And he just gave a performance of a lifetime. CJ Gardner-Johnson got everybody all fired up in the building, I guess. So I didn't see it. I got to look for it. Is it on YouTube? Where'd you see it at, Gary? How's it going anyways, my friend? Justin Chase, just wish we could get pressure like that all the time. It feels like it's deadly or non-existent. Exactly. Like, this is the thing too, Justin. You probably played ball. When the blitz is working, it's fantastic. It's not going to work like that every week, man. It's like, the Denver Broncos don't have a great O-line. They really don't. Got a couple nice pieces over there with Garrett Bowles. He's a really solid tackle over there. But you can't do that every game. You can't blitz like that. You can only blitz like that maybe with certain teams, certain players, certain personnel. But it worked. But that's the only way I think this team's going to get home, as in Detroit Lions. We don't have the pass rush. We just don't. But when the blitz works, it looks like it's a nice pass rush, right? It's not a legitimate pass rush. It's more of a blitz. It is a blitz. It's not just sending 3 or 4 guys. We got to send like 6 or 7. Honestly, we got to send more guys. And when you do that, you're taking a risk and you're leaving a lot of things open. But against the Broncos, it worked because they were getting home fast. Branch was getting in there. Melifonwu was getting in there. Anzalone, Derek Barnes, guys that you don't really see, like guys that have blitzed in the past. But when those guys are getting home, defense looks hot, man. Defense looks great, and that's just what it was. I see us sweeping Minnesota too. I think we're gonna, bro. I just really do. We are O-line healthy against Dallas. We run it down their throats like those. I see it be a great game. We can win. And you know what? I think we can win the game. I do. I think we can win the game in Dallas. They're just such a different team in Texas, man. They're just they're a different team. I was watching that Bills game. They didn't look like they were in it. They didn't look like they were in it on the road. They just look like a different team, man. But when you see them play at home, my God, they're a night and day type of team. It's crazy. But like you said, healthy O-line, everybody healthy. I think we have a shot. CJ interviews on YouTube. I got to go check it out. Man, because I heard it was a gem of an interview. I don't know how long it was. Vikings quarterback doesn't look too good under pressure. We're getting some sacks Sunday. Yep, and I was watching that 1:00 game on Saturday too versus the Minnesota Vikings and the Bengals. If you pressure Nick Mullins, he's going to give you the ball back. He is extremely, extremely what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Careless. He's extremely careless with that football in his hand. He was throwing balls up in the air that I thought had no business being thrown. And the crazy thing about that is he's got the weapons. He's got the weapons to bail him out. You got Justin Jefferson over there, Jordan Addison, who's a crazy good rookie, TJ Hawkinson. You even got guys like Brandon Powell, KJ Osborne. Solid running game now, it looks like, with this Chandler kid. And then you got a good old line. They have the pieces to give you fits, to give this defense, to give our defense fits. And we don't have a good defense. Let's just call it as it is. We do not have a good defense. But Nick Mullins, he's careless with the football. He should have thrown probably, I think he threw 2 picks, right? One to the defensive tackle, which was terrible. Then he threw another bad ball. He probably should have had 2 more picks against the Bengals. So I don't see Aaron Glenn kind of swaying away from what he did with Russell Wilson. You gotta blitz this kid. The only thing is, these guys better be getting home, because if you're not getting home, we're going to get destroyed because of the weapons they have. So you got to be a little bit careful when you're blitzing a team like Minnesota. They're not the Denver Broncos. The Broncos got some nice pieces like Courtland Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy. Those guys are really good. Those are good ball players, but Justin Jefferson is a dog. Jordan Addison is a monster too. TJ Hawkinson's going to kill you. So they're a different team offensively than Denver. So I can see this fan base in Detroit getting mad because he's not going to be blitzing as much. And I don't think he should, but you got to blitz Mullins a little bit. But you got to be careful, because if they're not getting, if our guys are not getting home, Jefferson's going to kill us. Hawk's going to kill us over the middle. It's going to be a long day for Detroit. So they got to be careful, man. They got to be careful with the Vikings, but you got to get the Mullins, man. That's basically the one thing. You get the Mullins, and then they should win this football game. And they got a good defense too. The Vikings, man, they got a good defense. It's actually not a bad football team. Mark, isn't it great finally thinking about division champs? Long time. It's been forever, bro. We've never won the North. We've never won the NFC North. We won the NFC Central back when I was a kid, back when I was young. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't been talking champs. The last time we made the playoffs was what, 2016, 2017? It's great to be a Lions fan right now, guys. I don't want to hear anybody's bullshit that, hey, man, who have you played? It's just that and everything else. No, man. You play who's in front of you. You play who the schedule puts in front of you. That's it. I don't care about these signature wins and, who have you played lately? Get the hell out of town, man. Winning in the NFL is hard. Hey, as Lions fans, we know this. We know this. It's going to happen. So 10 wins. Looks like we can get up to at least 12. I'm loving it right now. Merry Christmas, bro. Everyone, happy holidays to you too, Mark. Thank you, brother. Merry Christmas to you, brother. Still hoping to grab Danielle Hunter free agency, Chris Boswell in the draft, and a D-line dude from Sweat from Texas in the draft. Can't wait for the evolution of D-line and O-line this season. Yeah. Hey, man. Holmes needs to address that defensive line. He really does. You can't rely on guys like James Houston. You can't rely on guys like Charles Harris and the Aquara brothers. Who knows what those guys are going to be. I think 1 or 2 of those guys could be gone in the offseason. So, yeah, for sure, man. We'll be talking draft. We'll be talking free agency. Absolutely. In the future, though, I'm hoping Hooker pans out. I'm not a Goff hater, but all the cap money and the Mets will be consigned and re-signed. I know, man. Listen, I can go on a long I'm waiting to make a video. I've wanted to make one for a while now about Goff. I've been getting into it with some fans lately about the Goff situation. I was getting really close to becoming the guy that I was in 2021 with Jared Goff. I couldn't stand him. Took me forever to warm up to him. But he was playing terrible for about a 4 or 5 week stretch. He had some guys. He had some fans, man, jumping ship. I was never jumping ship on him, but I was saying if we didn't have a good game against Denver, I was coming hard on him. I was coming in on him, man, on a video about about his flaws and everything about what he's not doing, what he is doing for this organization. Hey, you guys know my stance on Goff. If you don't know what my stance was on Goff, I hated the draft. I hated the trade from the beginning. I loved the picks, 2 firsts and the 3rd. I thought we downgraded from Stafford. I understand that Stafford wanted to leave. I didn't think Goff was a garbage quarterback at the time. I know a lot of you guys already know this. Some of you might not know how I felt about him. Just so I'm going to try and break it down real quick. I hated the trade. I thought we were downgrading. Bottom line, 2021 started off like garbage. I'm like, here we go, man. He was on a downward spiral, I thought, in LA, Jared Goff. And we were getting the last brunt of it. He was still young. He was like 25, 26 years old when we got him. 26, I believe. And I was like, he's still young, but he's not progressing. So 2021 was a nightmare. At the end of 2021, he started picking up the pace. Ben Johnson took over. Everyone says it's Dan Campbell's offense, but we all know Ben Johnson was in his ear. He started picking it up. 2022 comes around. Jared Goff starts playing really good football. I start warming up to it. I start catching up. I'm like, all right, man. I like what he's doing. He's not throwing away the ball anymore. He's not fumbling. He's not throwing interceptions. He went on that long-ass streak of not giving up the ball, fumbles, interceptions, everything. He was doing great because he was known for giving up the ball. He was a turnover machine. 2023 comes around. He's still playing good football, a couple bad games in between. He goes on a 4 or 5 week bad run where he was playing terrible football and he was giving the ball up every game, 2-3 turnovers a game. So I was this close. I was this close to losing it. And I was fighting with Lions fans about it because some Lions fans don't want to look at the big picture. They don't want to look at the big picture. They think that, and sometimes I think it's a cult with this kid. Sometimes I think it's a cult. I honestly do. And I think I say that too because it was with Stafford as well. And I was part of it. I was part of that Stafford cult. I thought that he could do no wrong. I really thought he could do no wrong, man. I love Stafford. I still think he's a good quarterback, not elite, but good. And I kind of feel the same way about Goff. I think he's less talented than Stafford. I still do. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you say shit like that to Goff people, Goff truthers, or whatever you want to call them, they lose their shit. They lose their shit. And I was getting into it, man. I was getting into it pretty serious with a couple people about it, man. And all I want from Goff, be consistent. I'm not asking you to throw for 330 yards and 6 touchdowns a game. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to be secure, safe, control the football. That's all I really want. Don't be the reason. Don't be one of the big reasons why we're losing. And I think he was one of the reasons why we're losing games. Our defense is garbage. Let's just call it what it is. We're good in spots. It's not good enough. You know what I mean? This is just me being honest. So I'm not blaming it all on Goff. I'm not blaming it all on Glenn. I'm not blaming it all on the defense. Ben Johnson, he wasn't doing his thing either for a little bit, for over a month. So all I wanted from Goff, just be consistent, be better. That's it. Don't be the reason why, and just be secure with the ball. That's it. And then he showed up against Denver and played a great game. That's what we want to see. I don't know if I even explained myself there. Lions better with cornerback and safety change. Fantastic, bro. Melifonwu coming in. Jerry Jacobs taking a seat. Tracy Walker taking a seat. Hey, you guys got the guys like Khalil Dorsey, Kendall Vildor, whatever his name is. He came in and played well. Finally took some change to get better. I do worry how long we'll have Ragnow and Decker after the season. They're both dealing with more and more injuries, and Decker talked about retirement at some point, but still talking about it already. I haven't heard too much about the Decker thing. He's good. He's up there, man. What is he? 10 years in the league? 10, 11 years? Ragnow's banged up, back, toe, knee. He's got everything going on. Same with Decker. I was talking about this with the buddy just the other day. We're going to have to literally start looking towards the draft or free agency for another center soon, another tackle. I think Penei gets moved to left tackle unless they go get a left tackle in the draft. Trade up for one, Do whatever you got to do to get one. Keep Panay at right tackle, but we're looking at guards too, because Glasgow's getting a little bit up there too. It's not old, but Glasgow's been in the league for a while too. So we're looking at a couple pieces, man, for this old line, and they're going to have to think about it. And they got a couple guys they got to re-sign. They're going to re-sign Jackson. You're definitely re-signing Sewell. So absolutely. Sitting Walker and Jacobs definitely helped our defense out 100%. Keitho just touched on it a little bit too. Absolutely, it was a great move by Aaron Glenn. Why did it take so long though? That's the only thing. I'm not going to bash him for it, but it took too long. It took too long to figure that out. That Jerry Jacobs was not a starter, and I know we didn't have a lot of options, but you had Malafonu. Malafonu's been banged up a little bit though here and there, so maybe they wanted to do it earlier, just really couldn't. But I'm glad they finally made the switch. I made it. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas, buddy. Happy holidays. It's hard. It's all good, brother. 100%. Definitely a good time to be a Lions fan. Let's hope we got many years of this. I think we do, bro. This regime better every year. Boom, bam, boom, man. Every year. 3 wins to 9 wins. Now to 10 wins. Going to be probably 11 or 12. So it's all good. Lions are trending in the right direction. It's been so long. I'm ready for a playoff game in Detroit. Let's go, Roy boy. Yeah, buddy. LMFA. What did I say? I'm a little bit behind, guys. I'm on the hooker train as well. Goff just annoying to me because to be a real guy in my book, at least have a deep ball. That is to extend a play, maybe grab a first down with your legs. The thing is, bro, he's never going to do that, man. He's never grabbing a first down with his legs, bro. You know that. We know that. I know that. My mom knows that. My dad knows that. You know what I mean? My mom's in the rest in peace, mom, but she knows that. You know what I mean? My little puppy knows that he's not getting anywhere with his legs. So that we could just completely forget about, man. He's just not that guy. He is a pocket passer. That's what he is. We've seen him I saw him take 2, and I don't want to bash Goff, but I saw him take 2 back-to-back week sacks, like this week, last week, where he just got brushed and he fell down. And that's just the way he is, man, because he's not running. He's not going to run. He's going to get killed when he runs. He's ran a couple times, but it's not his game. You know, but the deep ball is annoying. You know, it's annoying. Doesn't have the strong arm. I think these 4 games, bro. Well, these next 3 for sure, and then the playoffs. They can win a playoff game or 2. He's going to get extended. I still don't think he's worth $50 million. You know, what they're going to be offering him, I wouldn't go over $45 million. I really wouldn't. And if they do, they're probably going to have an early out, man. They're going to have an early out because I think they still think either Hooker's going to be the guy. It could even be a different quarterback. We don't even know. It could be a different quarterback than Hooker. But Hooker looks like he's going to be the guy next year. We know Teddy's going. I knew Teddy was either not going to be here next year. He's retiring, which is fine, which is cool. Hooker will be the backup next year, or there's a quarterback battle, or he gets traded, Goff. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I'm wishing for it. I'm just saying it could be a possibility. Keep an eye on what happens in the next month. That's it. Whatever happens in the next month, I think is going to determine Jared Goff's future as a Detroit Lion. And I'm not wishing he gets hurt. I'm not wishing he shits the bed. I'm not wishing any of that noise. I am a Lions fan before I am an individual fan. Okay? Before I like it, like I like a few guys more on the Lions than I do other players. And that's fine. But I want Lions success. I don't give a shit about if a guy I don't like say I can't say I hated Goff, which I don't hate him, but I'm not 100% on board with him. I'm not wishing he fails. I'm not wishing he fails whatsoever. I want him to succeed because I want our Lions to succeed. Because when he goes well, we go well as a unit. It's just basically that's what football is. When your quarterback's playing good, you're usually having a pretty good season. And he is having a good season. He's having a good season with a few stinkers in there, kind of what he does every year. That's what he does. So I want him to be successful here because I'm a Lions fan first before anything else, man. Fire it up. I got to get a drink. I love Goff. Don't get me wrong, but Hooker has a better arm and mobility. We'll go with Hooker if Lions have to pay $50 million to Goff. And that's for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell to decide. I personally don't think he's a $50 million guy either. You know what I mean? It'll be 50. It'll be 52 and change, by the way, because they gave didn't know what's his name. Didn't Lamar get 53 million? So does Goff want to be the highest paid guy? I'm not paying him that type of money. That's just me. Arthur Allen Jr. Hey, brother, we're finally proud to be Lions fans. Absolutely, Arthur. Loud and proud, bro. He seems to be very accurate, but within that 30 yards only and still throwing wobbly passes. He doesn't throw spirals, it's true. Goff couldn't do it on our O-line, took a season and a loss like Sewer Decker. He panics in the pocket. And I'm not going to fight with you about it, bro. That's what he is, man. You know, and a lot of Lions fans take it to heart if you just say those things. And you're not even saying anything really too bad. You're just saying what type of quarterback he is. That's, you know, he doesn't throw great passes. He gets the ball there, though. He has a great completion percentage. But if you heard Herman Moore talk the other day on Woodward Sports, and they asked him a question, hey, man, that ball's coming in, and it's not a tight spiral. How do you feel about that? He's like, I hated catching balls like that. He's like, you want the ball coming in as a nice rotation, coming in quick, zipping in there. When it's wobbly, you want to catch the point of the ball. It's all about catching the point. The point's going like this, like a duck on acid. It's like a bat, man. And like, you know what I mean? And you're trying to grab that ball. It's harder to catch. It really is. And again, I'm not ripping apart Goff. I'm just saying that's what it is. And then he's just, hey, man, it is what it is. He's a good quarterback, but he's just not a guy that I trust to take on a team when the chips are down. When we got to face adversity, you know, like with a couple guys hurt, he's not going to take the team on his back. That's how I feel about him. That doesn't necessarily mean he's dog shit, because I don't think he is dog shit. I think he's a good quarterback with a lot of flaws, and that's just is what it is. What's up, Chrome? Keitho, yep, for a long as how the Goff isn't the greatest and can't run around trying to make a play. He won't make plays with his feet just because he can't. Because he can't, my friend. Joe Old from Notre Dame is a great left tackle. He'd be going the first round. That's a good one right there, bro. I like that kid from Notre Dame. Hope we re-signed Gardner Johnson. We need him on the defense, but I have a feeling Brown Holmes letting him walk. He could, bro. He could. You know, he's going to be asking for gigantic money. He might be a guy that's going to have to take another one-year deal, though. He missed a lot of time this year. I know he loves it here. He loves it here. I'd offer him the same type of money. I'd offer him the same type of money if I was Brad Holmes. Let's see what he does in the next month, because he's got a lot of injuries under his belt, too, as well. James Hollifield. What's up, Mark? I just jumped in, bro, and I appreciate it, James. Thank you, sir. Smash that like button. Thank you, Keitho. Thanks. I forgot that, Keitho. Yes, boy. I get what Goff is and what his limits are, but even Daniel Jones is running the slide. Well, Daniel Jones is a runner, my friend. He's a runner. Eli Manning, Tom Brady, more pocket pipe, but he also can't extend a play or a pass deep. I agree, Justin. Hey, man, you're not saying nothing I don't agree with, my friend. I completely agree with you, dude. I do. And again, I'm going to say, I'm going to make it clear in case I get one of these Goff truthers coming in here. I don't hate the guy, but everything you guys say is true about him. Everything he's a good quarterback, but he's limited. He's extremely limited. Daniel Jones was a hell of a runner. Daniel Jones was one of the best running quarterbacks in the NFL when he's healthy, believe it or not. He's Josh Allen-esque when he runs the ball. He really is, man. Big kid, fast, strong. Just when he throws the football, it's like it's my 11-year-old daughter. Like it's my 11-year-old daughter throwing me a ball in the backyard. I love you, baby, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that's just what it is. That's just what it is, man. Guy should turn him into a wide receiver. He'd probably be better. Danny Dimes. I hope everything goes good Sunday against Dallas and Teddy Two Gloves gets to play against the Vikings, a team that drafted, I think, would be a good retirement. Hey, man, if we're up big, let's get Teddy in there. Keto, for sure, that would be a classy way to send him off. Yeah, man, Teddy Two Gloves deserves it, man. A lot of injuries on that guy. I think if he wouldn't have suffered that big injury in Minnesota years back, I think he would have been a lot better than he was, obviously. Wouldn't it be? LOL, Mark. I'm all over the place, guys. I just bought a TV stand and brand is called Hooker. Woo! Hell yeah, Chrome. Get it in ya, bro. Get it in ya. Let's go. Resign CJ and let go of Walker. I think Walker's gone. I really do. We got 16 in the building, guy. We got to like, share, comment this out. It's a Wednesday night at 7:29. We got nobody in here. We got the regs in here, though. We got the regs, and that's all we really need. But send it out, guys. Send them out to the troops. Let's get it going. But I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited. We haven't never won the North. Never came close. It feels like we never came close. Have we ever won a lot of games? What's the most games we've won in the North? Anybody know? 10? 11 wins? Have we ever won 10 games in the NFC North? That's a serious question. But I think Walker could be a guy that could be gone. I think a Walker could be a guy that gone. It just all depends what they do with CJ. I'm telling you, CJ's going to want that money. I was a wide receiver before I became a safety when I played. Yeah, even high school quarterbacks throw tight spirals. Exactly. I got it, though. I'm just not trying to bash Goff. I'm appreciative, but wish we can get more. And that's it, Justin. I'm not running him through the mud either. He's a limited quarterback, man, and we just have to live with that. We have to live with that. He's done a lot of good here. He has passed my expectations. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm like I hate the guy. I don't hate the guy because he's, like I said, he's passed my expectations of what he was going to be. Imagine being from LA, going to LA, being a California kid, going to LA. You played for the California Golden Bears in college. You were the number 1 draft pick. You went to the playoffs, I think, pretty much every year he was in LA, except one, maybe 2, maybe 1 year. Pretty sure he went every other year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like in the playoffs, went to the Super Bowl, then you get drafted, and then you get traded to the Lions. So when I seen that, I was like, this kid's coming in angry. This kid's coming in with an attitude. We already know he's running his gums in LA about McVay's girlfriend at the time. I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know what kind of quarterback we're going to get. I thought it was going to be a disaster. Turned out to be pretty good. He's been good, but he's got a lot of flaws, and they come out, man. And sometimes they come out, and they're like gangbusters, man. We saw it for a month straight this year. That's the problem, right? 11-5 in 2014. Wow. We made the playoffs, obviously, right? Yeah, 2014. Who did we play then? 2014. Seattle? Or no. Who did we play 2014? Saints in the playoffs? Was it the Saints? Oh, my goodness. Because that TV stand, bro, might catch something or give you viruses. For sure. I think Goff was great for the building of this team, a stable quarterback, but if the Hookers in the future, they wouldn't have drafted him. Hey, man. He's been nothing. He's been nothing but a leader. He's been pretty stable, you know. Yeah, he's been, and then them taking Hooker in the 3rd round. I think they drafted first round talent in the 3rd because of the injury. You know, there's a lot of people that say that he can't read a playbook and all this stuff, and he has trouble with offenses, trouble with defenses, trouble reading stuff. Not the smartest kid. That's what you hear, that's what you hear from. You don't really hear that from inside our organization. You're not going to hear that really. You're going to hear the complete opposite. So we all know, man, the guy came from, I think he went to Virginia, was it Virginia Tech or something like that? Then he went to Tennessee and had 2 great back-to-back seasons at Tennessee. Was going to win the Heisman. Was he playing in that video game-esque type of offense? Sure. I guess he was. But, we've heard nothing but praises from inside our buildings. There's going to be outside noise saying that the guy's not a good quarterback. He's not this. He's not that. Try not to listen to that shit. You know what I mean? I try not to listen to that garbage. So I think he's a good quarterback. And we don't know what he was going to be in the NFL. We just don't know. How many sacks we getting Sunday? I say 4+. I got a feel Hudson's getting 1 or 2 himself. Hudson's in tough. He'll be going up against one of the better O-lines. This is a game that we need everybody. Hutch needs to play out of his mind. Mullins can't run. He's not a scrambler. He's not Russell Wilson. He's not going to be a guy that's going to escape pressure. He's not. Hit this guy. He's not very big. I think he's like 6 foot, 210 pounds or whatever he is. He's not tiny, but he's not a big dude, Mullins. So you got to get in his face, get your hands up on him, knock him on his ass. But I'm going to say 2 sacks. I'm going to say 2-3 sacks. We just don't sack anybody, man. If we get 4+, that'll be special. We're winning the ball game. We get 4+. Hope Ben Johnson has a couple of trip plays. A flea flicker would be nice to J-Mo. Hey, and you know what, man? Cheers to J-Mo. Cheers to J-Mo for finally getting in on everything. Cheers to Ben Johnson for including the kid in the offense. 7 targets, guys. 7. Caught 4 balls. I think that's the most he's caught. 50 yards or something like that, 47 yards. He was a big part. He was a big part of the offense. Made a couple really great plays. That one catch he made was crazy. He looked like Mr. Stretch Armstrong when he caught that ball. Then he made that one catch and just juked the hell out of Fabian Moreau, and got through a little area this big, just squeezed through the area. Little juke, 2 jukes, got the first down. He looked like a legitimate wide receiver right there, making plays, first downs, making big catches, going up and getting the ball. He looked great, man. I thought it was his best game. You know what I mean? Like, he's had a couple touchdowns, but this was, I thought, his best complete game that he's played all year. Getting him involved, I think, is really nice, man. Dallas, and we lost because of the bad pass interference, no call. Oh, don't bring me back, bro. 2011, we were 10-6. 2011, we faced the Saints. 2016, we faced Seattle. So, 2014, that was Dallas. Yeah, okay, I should have known that, man. Jesus. That brings back bad memories, dog. Jesus. J-Mo looking pretty good. Nice catches, getting better and better. Getting very, very good right there, man. Exactly. Don't forget they said Stroud was dumb. Stroud looks fantastic. Looks awesome. Probably going to win Rookie of the Year. Needs to come back and win that, though, because I honestly think Sam Laporta is breathing down his neck, but they won't give it to a tight end. Unfortunately, they won't give it to a tight end. I think he should be in the conversation, but he won't get it. Donovan Bennett, don't remind me. I will never get over that crap. Worst call ever. Oh, it's terrible. Well, there already is people saying he's an NFL quarterback. Like, how the F he was great in college till he got – exactly. There's people out there calling him a bust. How the hell can somebody be a bust when we already have a quarterback in Goff, and this guy was hurt all training camp, hurt when we drafted him. He's trying to heal. How is he a bust? I hate the word bust because casual fans don't know how to use it. They say it with everything. They use it with everything. Oh, he's a bust. He's a 3rd-round quarterback with, I think, 1st-round talent, in my opinion. Okay, who was hurt. We took a flyer on him. We took a shot. Now, what the thinking process is of Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, about when they drafted him, are they thinking he's the guy in the next year or so, and they're not going to try to sign Jared Goff? Or is he going to be a career backup for us for a while? Is he going to be a backup for us, and they're going to play this guy maybe 3-4 years down the road when he's like 29 years old? It could happen. That could happen. Now, 29 isn't 39, but 28, 29, they start getting a little bit older. The wear and tear won't be there. So is that the plan? I don't really know what the plan is. They're not going to tell you. They're going to tell us, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, they're telling us Goff's our guy. Then they'll do the song and dance when they talk about the contract. Well, our people talking to their people. We're trying to get together, blah, 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 all GM and coach speak. That's what it is. They're going to tell you that they're trying to sign him, but are they really? So the Hendon Hooker thing, people calling him a bust, people saying he's not a good NFL. We don't know what he is yet. We don't know. This is what the NFL is. Sometimes you take a risk. Are they going to get rid of Goff? Because they got a starting quarterback. So it all comes down to be careful what you wish for, right? Careful what you wish for. Hooker could be garbage. Hooker could come in, man, and look like trash. I don't think he will, but he could. It could happen. And then you're starting all over again. So they're going to have to be really, really careful. They're going to have to really, really evaluate him. And then I think with this I think these next 3-4 games or 5, whatever games that we're going to be playing, We're playing 3 for sure, 4 in a playoff. Are we going to play 5? Can we play two playoff games? I'm kind of hoping. It's going to tell you the future of what's going on with Jared Goff. Glenn needs to be creative against many. He needs to be creative, dial up a lot of blitzes, disguise a lot of blitzes, disguise a lot of coverages. And I think he does that with Mullins. That's the guy you got to do it with. But like I said, you got to be really careful. Not of Nick Mullins, but you got to be careful of these Minnesota weapons. Because I watched that Bengals game, guys, and I'm telling you, those weapons bailed him out of a lot of throws because they're so damn good. They bailed him out, man. He made a lot of stupid throws in that Bengals game. He just throws the ball up in the air. I'm telling you right now. And those Minnesota Vikings wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, got a good old line. They were making Mullins look better than he is. Really. Mullins has got a little bit of skill. He can throw the ball around. If you watched him, in San Francisco, he's got a little bit of skill. He can wing it. So you got to be a little bit careful with him, but I'm more afraid of the weapons than anything else. Breakout game is coming for Jalen. Yeah, I thought he got hurt and not played for a second. I think he is a little bit banged up this week, though, for practice. I think he missed practice today. Don't quote me, but I think he missed practice today or he was limited. Something like that. I know he's a little bit nicked up right now. Hey, what's going on? Jaquan Gordy, how you doing, brother? Everything good, man? Hasn't even took one snap. Exactly. You know what I mean? We don't know how he's going to be. We don't even know. People saying that Hooker is a bust, they're just ignorant people, man. They're ignorant. They're casuals. Those guys, those type of people that say shit like that, man, they're Goff extremists. Bottom line, those are the type of guys that are like, there's no way, man. He's better than Goff. He's a bust. He's shit. He's garbage. Or you'll get like Packers fans, Minnesota fans, Bears fans. You'll get those type of guys. Oh, he's garbage. Hooker's shit. He's trash. Meanwhile, he was really good in college, and that's all you really have to go on. Surprise! His college tape. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. So, to be continued with Hendon Hooker. To be continued because, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Stroud, best quarterback in last year's draft. Who called that? Nobody knows till Hooker played. I didn't say that. I didn't, I wasn't all over. I didn't think he was a bad quarterback coming out, though. I don't believe in he's a Ohio State quarterback, man. He must be shit. I'll rip on Ohio State because I'm a Michigan guy, but I knew he was a pretty good quarterback coming out. My favorite quarterback in last year's draft was Will Levis, anyways. I don't think he was the most talented, but he was my favorite quarterback coming out. I love Will Levis, man. That plays for the Titans. I love that kid. He is. I think he is a better version of of a Derek Carr, and you're like, oh, Derek Carr, he's garbage. Carr's not that good, but I just think he reminds me of a Derek Carr, but with more talent. I think bigger arm, bigger size, runs better. Obviously, I just think he's a guy that's fired up constantly. He just reminds me of a better version of Derek Carr. If that makes any sense. But I liked Will Levis coming out of college. I really did, man. I thought that kid was a very special kid. I think he's going to be good for the Titans. I really do. Roy Boy gives me nightmares every day. All I want is one playoff win. I'm happy. Yeah, man. Let's get one. Let's get two. Man, we can get a couple playoff wins. Can you guys imagine playing in the NFC Championship? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? If we can lock up that 2 seed, 2 playoff games at home, I think. My goodness, I can't talk about it. I honestly think it was about money at Don Ben. I loathe the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't like the Cowboys either. I hope we don't face Stafford in the playoffs. That would suck. I don't like the Rams matchup. It's a tough matchup. Stafford's coming in here thinking he's gonna dice this apart, man. He's thinking it. It. And their defense isn't great in LA. They still got some dogs. They still got some dogs on that defense. Aaron Donald being one of them. They got a pretty good O line. They got an even better D line. So, it would be a different matchup. If we got to face them, we got to face them, though. It's looking like right now, it's looking like Minnesota. But if we could take Minnesota out 2 games, there goes that. Could it be Seattle? Could it be LA? It's going to be one of those teams, man. It's going to be like a Seattle and LA Rams. You know, it could be Minnesota, but I don't think it's going to be Minnesota. I don't think it's going to be Minnesota. I think Minnesota probably will end up playing the 49ers. What do you think about Rams versus Lions playoffs? A lot of talk about it. Like I said, bro, bring it on. Like, hey, it would be interesting. Matthew Stafford coming back home in a playoff game. You just know what he's thinking. He's thinking that he wants to throw for 406 touchdowns. That's what he wants to do. It would be scary. It would be scary. We'd have to get after him. You know, it's just what he Stafford. Oh man, comes back to Detroit and just leads a fourth quarter drive to end the game in the playoffs. Could you imagine, as an LA Ram, could you imagine the wind that would get sucked out of that stadium? Maybe I don't want that matchup. Maybe I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, if we could beat it by 30, okay. But it wouldn't be that game. Stafford wouldn't allow it. Who's stopping Cooper Kupp? Who's stopping Puka Nacua? Like, who's stopping Tyler Higbee? Who's stopping that running game? They got a good team, man. LA's got a good team. And you got to deal with Aaron Donald on the other side. And they got a couple good young D linemen, too. They got a couple really good young D linemen that are learning from Aaron Donald. So that'd be a tough matchup, man. But we would score on them. I think it would be a high-scoring game, 100%. Take the over, because it's going up to 6. Because it'll probably be in the high 40s, and it's going to be that game will be probably in the 60s. OSU quarterback finally plays off an NFL Stroud as him, man. He is him, man. I had him in fantasy. Sat last week. Hurt me, but I wasn't winning anyways. Cowboys are overrated. That's a wonderful game for the Lions. They're a little tougher at home. Lions with their A game. I think they're overrated. They're overrated, but they're not, bro. Like you said, they're a really tough at home. 14 wins straight. 14 straight wins for the Cowboys at home. But on the road, they're a different team. They don't play that well on the road. They don't play as good. Still got 10 wins, though. And then they're the same. People will say, who'd they play? And I hate that. Like I said earlier, I hate it when people do it to us, but people are doing it to the Cowboys, saying who the Cowboys played. Hey, man, you can only play who's in front of you. That's it. I wouldn't want us to get the 1 seed, to be honest. I'd rather not have the big game. Don't get me wrong. 1 seed would be nice, man. That would be crazy. You got the 1 seed, then you get the bye, right? Then you get that bye. Then you're playing at home, bro. You're playing at home. 1 seed would be crazy. I just don't think we're going to get it past San Francisco. That's tough. Cowgirl wouldn't be cherry on top season. It would be Chrome. Let's give a little star there. Try my best to know what's going on with me personally, but things will get better. I'm extremely happy with the Lions winning the division for the first time since I was in the 3rd grade. Big ups, brother. Big ups, bro. Big ups, man. Hope everything's really good for you, dude. I know what you're going through. Yeah, man. Sorry about everything, dude. Really. Get better, brother. Get better. I would love for the Rams to come to Detroit. Think Goff would be fired up. He'd be thinking paybacks are a bitch. It would be insane. It would be an insane game. It would be nuts, man. I'd be sitting on the edge of my seat that whole game. That whole freaking game, man. Anthony Berardi, what's up, brother? I was always a part of the golf cult, Mark. That's fine. I bought his jersey as soon as available, and that's fine. That's fine, man, because I think that happens a lot in sports. I think it's happened. Like I said, I was part of the Stafford cult. I was part of that cult, man. I got like 2-3 jerseys I own of the guy. I got posters of him still on my wall in my man room. You know what I mean? I think he's a really damn good quarterback. I think he's really good, and I fought to the end of the earth to protect this guy. Like I would go to the ends of the earth like I was protecting my own child. That's not even a joke. I would do podcasts with Micro Mike and all the fellas. They would tease me, especially Mike. Mike would come in and go, he would call me Stafford's dad. He'd be like we'd be talking about Stafford. He'd be like, your son had this type of game on Sunday. How do you feel about it? Like it was a running joke because I would back him up no matter what. And I think it was a little bit of a sickness. I honestly do, because I was a little overboard with it, man. I got a little bit overboard with trying to. I was almost like, and I remember being called this a ton, a Stafford apologist. Now it just makes sense now. Now it makes sense. Now, I'll still say this. Stafford's a good quarterback. He can make some incredible throws. Probably the best arm I've ever seen in the NFL, next to Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I don't think there's an arm better than those three. Those three guys are the top three guys. You know, I'm not talking about guys in the past like Marino and Elway. Those guys had ridiculous arm strength and ridiculous arm angles and the way they threw the football. But nowadays, Stafford's right there, and he's still slinging the ball at his age, 30, get close to 40. Stafford, how old is he now? Staff, he's got to be close to 40, 38, 39. What is he? So, you know, but he made a lot of mistakes in Detroit, man. He made a ton. He threw a lot of pick sixes. He threw a lot of bad balls. He did what he did, you know. But he was the comeback king. Like I said, making incredible throws, making throws that you'd be sitting there going, how the hell did he fit that into that window? There'd be three defenders with their fingertips just missing the ball, and he would squeeze that into Calvin. I don't know how Calvin even caught it, because there'd be hands everywhere. There'd be like six hands waving around, and they would just all go through. And Calvin would catch the football. And Nate Burleson, Ebron, Mr. Frying Pan hands. But they would just make incredible catches. He'd make incredible throws. So I get it. I get it, man. It's kind of cult-like when you're talking about quarterbacks, especially in this town. But, you know, like I said, Goff is a good quarterback, but he's got a lot of flaws, man. He does, just like Stafford did. Stafford had a ton of flaws, but he's a good quarterback. So, you know, you take what you get, and that's basically it, man. Bull Booth, I'm late. Good to see you, Mark. Have you seen or heard CJ? No, I haven't heard the interview yet. I heard it was fantastic. I'm gonna be listening to it when I'm done this pod. Can't wait to hear it. I heard it's a keeper. Detroit vs. Rams playoff game will be off the charts. It'll be fantastic, man. I can't wait. What's up, Mark? What's up, Ellen? How you doing, brother? All the Lions fans are in love with Stafford no matter what. Don't feel bad. We were all on that train. Oh, I don't feel bad, Gary. I don't feel bad about it, brother. You know what I mean? Hey, man, it is what it is. Not all Lions fans were in love with him, though, bro. I know that a lot of people say that Matthew Stafford got a pass in this city. I don't think he did. Now, if you want to say the organization gave him a pass, then I understand that. You know, he's here for 12 years, man. The guy was a part of what? 3 contracts, right? He was going on his third. He was on his third contract, wasn't he? Second or third. I believe it was his third contract. So he was here for 12 years, man. He was here for 11, 12 years. You know what I mean? So a lot of organizations probably wouldn't have put up with all that. They would have got rid of him. They would have got rid of him. Somewhere else would have got rid of him. You know, you're a good quarterback, bro, but you're just not fitting in. You know, you're not winning. It's all about winning. You know, we gave him multi-year deals all the time, 2, 3 of them. And yeah, so if you want to say that the organization gave him a pass and all those guys were in love with them, yeah, but there was a lot of fighting Lions fans with Matthew Stafford, because I was involved in a ton of them, bro. I would be battling dudes, man, about Stafford. I still do. It's funny. I still do. Not gonna lie, I'm disappointed we let Stafford go, but glad to see him win a Super Bowl. Yeah, you know what I mean, man. He wanted to go. He wanted to leave, man. He didn't want to be a part of another rebuild. It would have been like what, his fifth, I feel like it would have been his 5th one or 6th. Who knows how many rebuilds that guy went through. And he asked to be traded, and Holmes did his damnedest and said, "Hey, man, I'll get you out of here. I'll get you out of here." and he traded to a team that he wanted to go to. You know, we had the Carolina deal right there. We had the Carolina deal, but he didn't want to go there. He didn't want to go to Carolina. Holmes did him a favor, dealt with his old boss, Les Snead, and there you go, Super Bowl, year one. And like I said, man, I told everybody that I could tell about Matthew Stafford. One thing I said when he leaves Detroit, and he will leave one day, he will win a Super Bowl. I don't know if it'll be first year, second year, third year, but he will win one. And what does that guy do? He wins one in his first year. I just shook my head, man. I'm like, hey, did he have help? Of course, man. Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Odell Beckham Jr., Cooper Kupp. It wasn't just Matt Stafford. I know he had help, but he was a huge part of that, humongous part of that. And Sean McVay got his guy, man. He got the type of quarterback that he wanted. A quarterback that had balls. Sorry, Jared Goff. Not sorry. A guy that would throw the ball downfield. A guy that would take chances. A guy that wasn't afraid to try to fit the ball through a window like that. Little opening. That's the type of quarterback McVay wants. And they kind of got that guy back this year. Stafford's having a good year, and he's zinging the football around. He is zinging the football around, man. He looks good again. Man, he's back on track again, man. They're coming on hard, man. The LA Rams are coming on. They're trying to get that 6-7 seed. And there's all kinds of teams right there that are trying for that, man. And the Rams could be that team. They get that 6 seed, and we stay at the 3 seed. Number 9's coming to town. Oh, boy. Stafford making some really nice throws. Absolutely, LM. Looking like a stud. Looking like the Stafford of old. Man. Looks healthy. Looks good. Looks crisp. Looks confident. A lot of fans will never be happy on any quarterback unless we get a Mahomes like quarterback. Exactly. And unless you get a quarterback that actually wins, bro. And like I said, I hate the win-loss column when it comes to quarterbacks. I hate putting it on one guy. I think it's very lazy. I think it's ignorant. I hate the quarterback record. Let's just get that right out of the way too. I hate he's 400. He's only 400. He's only 400. He's only 400 percentage winning with the Detroit Lions or LA Rams or whatever you want to say. He's only, he doesn't have a lot of wins with that organization. I hate that. I hate the quarterback record. I think it's a lazy, ignorant take on how to gauge a quarterback. I've never liked it because you're going to come to Detroit. We've been perennial losers, guys. Perennial losers. So quarterback comes here, he's not going to have a good quarterback record. You know what I mean? It's just I don't think it's fair to that quarterback to gauge how good he is, because people will throw that argument in your face. They'll throw up the record to you. Oh, look what Stafford's record was as a Detroit Lion. He's trash. No, he's not. He's not trash. Then they'll do the same thing with Goff. They'll call Goff trash. Like, he's not trash. You know what I mean? He had some bad wins his first year. Second year, they barely escaped 500. He's not a bad quarterback though. So I think it's a bad way to gauge talent. Lions by 1 million. NFC champs. 1 win away. LFG. Let's effing go. How does House 710? What's up, brother? Woo! Oh. Caught a little hiccup there. Adam Carver, what's up, brother? What's up, man? How you doing? Giving you a star. Facing the Rams honestly scares me. Yeah, man. Hey, it's a game you probably should win, though. We'd be favorites. You'd be favorites to win. We've been playing the lower seed. You got to win that football game. You do. People just don't want Stafford coming to town, man. That's all it is, Adam. People don't want Stafford coming back to town and absolutely carving up this defense, which he probably would do. he would probably do it. I'm picking. Hey, if it happens, I'm picking the Lions. It's just that's his bottom line. But he would come in here and he would dice up that defense. He would, especially if they don't get to him. They don't get to him. Whew. Yeah. Speaking of Mahomes, he turned into a little crybaby when his team was off. So I couldn't, bro. I thought I lost. I'll tell you the truth, bro. I'm gonna star you up on that one. I lost a lot of respect for Patrick Mahomes after I seen that. I don't know what the hell he's complaining about. That was a penalty all day. Then he has the balls, the audacity to go to the podium and say he's never seen that before. That's horseshit. I don't believe that for a minute because that doesn't get called a ton. It doesn't get called a ton because I think I don't know if it was Dean Blandino or one of those in-game video referees that they're not on the field, they're in the booth. I heard one of those guys talking about that, saying that they haven't called that penalty in a long time. Like they called it like twice last year, apparently. This year, they've already called it like 11 times. It just happened again. It happened with us. Denver. It happened with Denver. They had the guard's helmet was over. It wasn't lined up properly. They called offside. So it looks like they're trying to call that ball, that penalty, but that was a penalty. And I don't know what Patrick Mahomes was crying about. Then you got Andy Reid doing the same thing, saying it's an injustice and talking about you're supposed to give us a warning. Who the hell do you think you are? Like, I know you're a Hall of Fame coach, man, and you won a couple Super Bowls. I get it. But my God, bro. Like, and crying the way they cry, especially Mahomes, man, he looked like a baby, like a big-time baby, man. You're right. A quarterback's not a pitcher in baseball, a little bit different. I think it's a lot different. Yeah. I think it's a lot different than because, I get it, though. The quarterback handles the football every down, but not on defense. You know what I mean? In baseball, the pitcher is the defense. Pitcher is the defense. That's just basically what it is. Like, I know he can't help anything with the offense and the hitting and all that stuff, but it's a big difference, man, with I think pitching. And I think it's a bigger difference. Pitching, I understand the win-loss record for a pitcher. I get it. Even goaltending. You can see goaltending with the win-loss records. You see that too. Sometimes goalies literally just steal games, right? Sometimes they give up a ton of goals. So, yeah, I don't like the win-loss column when it comes to quarterbacks. I think it's a lazy take. Bo Booth, we play who was there in front of us. That's it. Stafford would be nice to see him Ford Field again, but it's not his turf anymore. Exactly, Bo Booth. Get after his ass. That's it, brother. Absolutely. Adam Carver, he friendly would carve us up for sure, but I do think we could win. I think we would win. NFL script in this game will be huge. What do you mean by scripted, bro? You're not one of those guys, are you? I wonder how many yards Kelsey got pushing the ball forward for the Eagles over his career. Yeah, they called him too. He grabbed that ball and literally moved it almost, it felt like a full yard. That's when they got him. When I first saw that play, I was like, oh my God, that's a bad penalty. I'm like, I didn't see him do that, but he moved that ball half a yard, maybe even almost a full yard. He put that ball out. He was sitting there and he looked like he was like a bike, man. You know what I mean? Like he was really trying to favor that. I still think the call might have been a little ticky-tacky, but he did move that ball quite a bit. But yeah, you wonder how many yards he's gotten away with over the years, right? Reed and Mahomes both shouldn't see the penalty first before saying it. Exactly. They ran their gums. They got bop. They bopped off. And it was an emotional thing for Mahomes, but I really don't like to see that from Mahomes because that family gets dragged enough for his annoying wife and his even more annoying brother. But seeing him throwing hissy fits, and he's done that a couple times this year, throwing a few hits, hissy fits. So I lost a little bit of respect for that guy, man, in that game. I know Kindle Vildor would help out the Lions based off his name alone. I love the name. Kindle Vildor. Sounds like some type of wizardry. No, meaning the NFL would want this game to happen for ratings. Okay, there you go. I understand what you're saying. I know, because I'm arguing with a buddy right now. Good friend of mine. Love him to death. Good friend of mine, man. He's a conspiracy theory guy. And he's come up with this thing. Apparently there was this TikToker. Okay, I don't know if he saw the video or whatever the hell, but there's this TikToker who has predicted that this year it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl because of the colors that Las Vegas, they come out with that poster or some type of billboard, the lights. There's some type of light thing. There's some type of lights. I still don't understand it. I don't know if it comes from a poster, if it comes from the billboard, comes from the colors, but apparently the last 3 years have been predicted because of the colors. I guess last year the colors were green and red. Chiefs, Eagles. Year prior, who was in it again? Was it the Rams? I don't remember. It was year prior, but apparently those colors too matched. You know what I mean? Now this year the colors are red and kind of like off purple. I think the color is blue. It looks like it's blue. So take that with a grain of salt. Blue. Blue. But I'm not going to get into that shit. I'm not going to get into that kind of stuff. The kind of stuff makes me laugh too, bro. Kelsey did it like he was used to it. Of course, man. He probably does it every time. Those centers try to give a yard here and there. Of course. 3 in a row, go Lions. Mark, you and your family have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Gary Kessinger, have a good one, my friend. Harry Potter. Yeah. Imagine Mahomes on the Lions and our lucky row. Oh, God. Imagine Mahomes on this offense. Oh, bro, let me take a drink. I might take a lot of shit about Patrick Mahomes lately, but my God, imagine him in this offense. It would be insane. We'd be dropping 50. He'd be dropping 50 points a week. Easy. Wow, that's scary. It'd be crazy. Yeah, I seen that. You saw that too, Keitho? Crazy. I watched the guy. The guy's a lunatic. Man, saying the colors, man, they're predicting who's going to be what. Well, let me tell you something right now. Baltimore and San Francisco are probably the two best teams in the NFL. They're the two best teams. AFC, NFC. I don't see anybody being better than Baltimore. You know, you always got to look out for Kansas City. You know, could the Browns make some noise? Could this team it looks like it's going to be Baltimore though. But Vegas ain't predicting shit. I did hear that one. That just makes me laugh. It's crazy, Adam. It's crazy. About time some of these questionable calls go in favor of the Lions. Absolutely, man. That was a questionable call. I thought that was a bad call, to be honest with you. I was like, man, we got away with one there. And I know a lot of Denver fans, which I saw on social media, freaking out saying that ruined the momentum. It would have been 28-14. We still beat you guys by double-digit touchdowns. You weren't winning the football game, Denver. So if there's any Denver fans in here, which I don't think there is, or any Denver fans are going to watch, you got trounced. You got absolutely trounced. You were the hottest team, one of the hottest teams coming into that game. And even I picked against Detroit. I did. I picked against Detroit. I thought Detroit was going to lose that football game. I just didn't like the way they were playing, losing to Chicago, losing to Green Bay. I was like, oh, man, Denver coming in hot. They just beat up on the Chargers. I was like, we're going to lose this game, man. It's going to be close. We're going to back it. I'm like, hey, they showed up and they trounced the Broncos, trounced them. It's a great, great statement win. It really was a good statement win for the Leos. Mahomes and Laporta, God damn. Could you imagine, Keitho? Could you imagine a young Laporta who reminds me so much of Travis Kelce? Of Kelsey. So much. It's the calls we have gotten in the past. Mahomes would be a wreck. Oh, it would be a train wreck, bro. What do you think about Peyton yelling at Wilson? I think that's disrespectful. Oh, well, I don't know. You know what? I thought it was a bit overboard. I thought it was a bit overboard because he kept coming back like 2-3 times. Wilson took it like a champ, though. So I kind of look at that and I go, because that would have been me, I would have been barking back. I would have barked back, but it depends on the situation. I don't know what he was yelling at. Peyton's telling everybody it's none of our business, which is fine. I think it came down to he wanted Peyton, he wanted Wilson to slow it up, because Wilson was trying to hurry it. Wilson was trying to hurry it. So I think that's what he was yelling at him about. That's what I heard on Good Morning Football. They were telling that they heard that it was all about Peyton thought Wilson was trying to rush that, and he wanted him to slow it down. That's why Wilson was taking it, because he probably figured he was in the wrong, right? So, you know what I mean? I thought it was a little bit carried away, because he kept coming back. He would Wilson wasn't really saying nothing. He's just sitting there looking at him. Peyton would yell, scream, walk away, come back, walk away, come back. I thought it was that's what Sean Payton is, though. Sean Payton is an arrogant prick. That's what he is. But he is a good coach. But I know there was some animosity between those two. There is. Even though they're winning right now, when they were losing, there was some animosity. And I'm sure that hasn't gone away completely. That's a good question, Chris. You know what I mean? I know you're not going to like this. I still think Dak Prescott is in the running for the MVP. You're probably going to laugh, but if I had to pick between these two guys, I'd probably pick Christian McCaffrey. It won't go to him though. It'll go to Purdy. I think I saw a graphic the other day, or I might even seen it today, where Purdy has thrown the most. He's thrown the least amount of short passes, I think, and he leads the team in yak. Like, he leads the league in yak, like his wide receivers and his weapons do. So he does a lot of dump, which is saying a lot of dump offs, a lot of short passes. And you're seeing Debo, Kittle, C-Mac. You're seeing what's his name? Brandon Ayuk. You're seeing those type of guys doing all the work. They're doing all the work, and Purdy's just reaping in all the yards. That's football, right? That's football. So, but if it was up to me, I'd give it to McCaffrey out of those two. But Purdy will probably win it. That's my opinion. What about you? What do you think? And do you think Prescott does deserve it? Because I still do think he deserves it. I think he's up there. Not saying he's gonna, but he's up there, bro. He is really, really playing good football this year, Dak Prescott. Donkey Kong, Super Bowl or bust. Love it. Maybe that's Peyton and Wilson's personality dynamic. I think I always said when I found out that those two were going to be working together, I was like, there's two God complexes right there. Two God complexes right there. Who's going to break? Peyton thinks he's Jesus, and so does Russell Wilson. They think they're higher powers. They really do. They really do, man. Apparently, Russell Wilson's a bag of shit in real life. He's a complete phony. And Peyton, we all know Peyton is just a jerk off. He really is. But he's a good quarterback. He's a good head coach, though. He is a good coach. Donkey Kong. Dan Campbell better coach. Coach of the year is coming, and Brad Holmes is the GM of the year with these draft picks. I don't see why not, bro. Gonna give it a star. Dan Campbell's on his way to winning the coach of the year for sure. If they win the next 2 out of 3, I think he has it locked up. How can you not give it to him? You know what I mean? How can you not? With the shit we've gone through? Yes, sir, man. CMC over Purdy. I agree. He's number 1 in medium and long passes. Fake news. He's number 1 in medium and long passes. Okay. But I've seen a graphic today, Chris. I seen a graphic today where he throws a lot of short passes. And I don't know if it was like the least amount of 20-yard passes or something like that. Least amount of 20-yard passes, and his weapons lead the league in yak. I'm not saying he doesn't throw a long ball. He throws a beautiful football, bro. Unbelievable how a kid like that can drop that far. 7th round. Was he Mr. Irrelevant? Or was he just a 7th round pick? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I'm not gonna fight you on that, but I did see a graphic about him throwing the least amount of like 20-yard passes and his weapons doing the ton of work, which is whatever. That's football, right? That's just, what are you gonna do? You can't really punish a guy for that. So I love Brock Purdy. I think he's a hell of a quarterback. Did you see the Lions going to be the first team to have 2 1,000-yard rushers and 2,000-yard receivers? Our offense is crazy good. Well, who's going to get? Laporta being the other 1,000-yard receiver. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Why not? I think Montgomery is very close, and so is Gibbs. It can be done. That'd be nice. CMC deserves it. Won't get it exactly. Lamar will get it before Dak. Yeah, I don't know. I think Dak's having a better year. I really do. As a quarterback, I do, but it's a good argument, man. All right, Chris, 100. Yeah, for sure. It's my boy right there. Hypothetically, what's up, Quinn Sherman? If we were to trade Goff, who do you think would want him the most? Just hypothetically. Oof, just hypothetical. Wow, think about that, man. Who would want him the most? Shit, man. I'm trying to think. Could it be the Raiders? Maybe the Raiders? Giants? Raiders, Giants. Those are 2 teams. Washington, maybe. I think they're going to roll with Sam, though. But he's kind of a train wreck. AFC, like I said, Raiders. Won't be Broncos. Could be, though. Could be Broncos. Could be Broncos. You know, Russ is probably going to be around, though. He's got that big contract. Cleveland. Could it be Cleveland? I don't think they'll do that again. They got Deshaun on the hook. Man, I'll say Raiders. I'll say Raiders are probably one of the teams that could probably want his services. Browns. Right? I just don't think they'll do it because of the Watson deal. But, yeah, we have the best running back duo. We got an insane running back duo, man. That's to everybody that talks shit about the Jahmyr Gibbs signing. How do you like it now? How do you like Brad Holmes now for that pick alone? He's turned into a superstar. He's turning into a phenomenal running back. Now, those are the type of guys, though. You got to really be careful. You don't want to break him down because when that contract comes running around, he's playing like this, he's just going to get better. Are you re-signing him? I know we don't got to talk about it right now, but it's something down the road Brad Holmes is going to have to think about, right? But man, are they special? Montgomery, and I was arguing too with some Packer fans over the offseason, ripping apart Brad Holmes because we didn't re-sign Jamal Williams. How's that working out? How's that Jamal Williams signing working out for you, Saints? How's it working out? Oopsie. Dave Montgomery is 1,000 times better, which I told everybody he was. Yes, he does get a little bit banged up, but my God. And then Gibbs, I was like, just be careful with Gibbs. He's going to be a guy that's going to come late on the year. And I predicted that. I said he would be a guy that look out towards the end of the year because he's not going to be the number one guy. He's going to be fresh. And look what he's done. Look what he's done for like the past few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, whatever. He's a stud. He's an absolute friggin' stud, Jahmyr Gibbs. When he gets out in the open, he's unstoppable. He even's got power for a little man. He's not little. He's 200 pounds, but he's not big. He's not a big guy whatsoever. And like I said, I think he comped to players like he's a mix in between Alvin Kamara and Jamal Charles. Doesn't quite have the size of Kamara because Kamara is pretty big, pretty good size back. But he's got the ball skills of Kamara. He can catch like him. He's a little bit more Jamal Charles, too, as well. Smaller, fast as hell, great hands, out in space. You're not catching him. He's running right by you. Or he'll run right over you. We've seen Jameer run over dudes. So I'm impressed, man. 2 rookies getting 1,000 yards. I'm all about a Bo Booth. Browns. Yeah, right. The Browns. Love the pick, but love all the picks. But want to see what big boy turns into Martin. Ah, man, that pick is still making me wonder. Like, not making me question Brad Holmes' ability to evaluate talent. It's just like, what the? He shouldn't have been drafted in the 3rd round, man. He shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been drafted in the 3rd round. He really shouldn't have. He's a project. You don't draft projects in the 3rd, in my opinion. You start drafting projects in the 5th. You know what I mean? But they know more than me. They know way more than me, man. So if you haven't hit that like button, I appreciate it. Lions Talk by Chat Sports. Mike, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Time to win the North Sunday, brother. Let's give a couple stars for Mike. Let's give a couple stars. My boy getting 50,000, 50K. Is it 50K, Mike, that you got the subscribers? Fantastic, brother. Got that a little bit ago. You're probably at 53, 54 right now. What you at, brother? But hey, if you're doing a pod tomorrow, bro, Thursday, let me know what time. Still laid off. I'm still laid off work. I'm going stir crazy, bro. I'm going stir crazy. But let me know. Is that 1 or 4? Let me know, bro. I want in. I don't even know if you did one on Tuesday. You didn't call. You didn't text a brother. So, yeah, man, for sure, bro. I'm good tomorrow if you're going to have one. Mike the GOAT. He is the GOAT, man. He is the GOAT. Keith, what's up? Chris Waken, great draft class. Why isn't Campbell playing every down? Jack Campbell? Jack Campbell's playing a ton, bro. He's playing a ton. They're kind of like switching Barnes and Campbell in there a little bit. Barnes is he's kind of stepped up his game this year, bro. I think Jack Campbell kind of acclimating him to the system. He gets a lot of snaps, though, bro. He really does. Doesn't play every down. He's probably, to be honest with you, one of our better pass cover linebackers on the team. Anzalone's probably the best. Jalen Reeves-Maben. You know, those guys are probably the 2 best there. But Campbell, man, was a very underrated pass cover linebacker at Iowa. I think he's going to be special in the future, bro. I really like the Jack Campbell. I was very excited. If you were to watch me during that draft last year, I did a live draft for the 1st round, I believe it was. I was excited for that Campbell. I remember it was late at night. I was like, I wanted to scream, but the kids were upstairs, the wife, you know what I mean? So I couldn't get excited. I couldn't get too excited. I really like the Jack Campbell pick, man. I really like him a lot. Mike should chillax and happy holidays, brother. Thanks, brother. Yes, sir. 50K. Start up. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Okay, bro. Send it to my email. Send it to my email if you can, bro. I should be able to get on. I should. I'm laid off. You know, I got to take my dog for a walk. I got some shit I got to do around the house, but should be good, brother. Yeah, boy. CJ Gardner's back. Hey, man, what do you think he's going to be? I think he'll be. I think he's playing against Dallas. He just practiced. Today's his first day of practice. It's Wednesday. I can't see him being ready for this Sunday. I know he wants to, but I don't think Dan Campbell's going to activate him on the 53. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's going to be playing against Dallas. That's my guess. Merry Christmas to you, brother. Merry Christmas, Bo Booth. Gotta go. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in the chat, bud. I appreciate it a lot. Start up, LM. I'll start up those stars, LM. I will. I got no problem throwing up stars. He probably does not play Sunday. Exactly. I don't think so either, bro. I think Dallas as well. Yeah, exactly. I just, coming back on a Wednesday, I don't think he's, he got some rust. You got to shake off that rust a little bit. He's going to be, CJ Gardner-Johnson, the type of guy that will be in Dan Campbell's ear 24/7. He's probably texting him as I'm talking right now. He's probably texting him going, bro, I need to play. You got to put me in there. He's probably he's a pest, man. There's no way that you could be able to shake that guy. There's no way you'd be able to shake him. You know, Aaron Glenn's probably sitting there trying to eat dinner with his family, and that phone is just going off, man. He's just bzzz, bzzz, it's just buzzing. That phone is just buzzing, and it's CJ Gardner-Johnson trying to FaceTime Aaron Glenn. Bro, I got to get in there, dog. Let's go, man. I got to get in there, man. I'm ready for this Sunday. You're going to put me in? You're going to activate me? You just see Aaron Glenn sitting there at 11 o'clock at night, FaceTiming him from his bed. Bro, man, we'll talk tomorrow, dude. We'll talk tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? Dan Campbell's probably threw his phone against the wall, smashed into pieces, probably chewing on it, eating it. Oh, yeah. That's you gotta love a guy. You gotta love a guy like CJ Gardner-Johnson, man. You have to, because he just wants to play, man. He's a football guy. He's a friggin' maniac, man. He's a maniac. How he came back from this quick is pretty impressive. Campbell was just calling him a damn mutant. What, last week? So he's a mutant, man. He's an X-Men. He's an X-Men. He healed so fast, it was incredible. Because we were thinking he was going to be back for maybe the second round of the playoffs. That's what the target was. Now he's going to be back to the regular season. Impressive, man. Impressive. The medicine that these guys get now is insane. You're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I know, a little bit off topic. Aaron Rodgers coming back. Come on, man. What's going on in the water? What are they giving these guys? Coming back this year, I think he's not going to now, because the Jets are done. You know, again, he's got embarrassed by Miami. Sit back, sit this one out, Aaron. It's over. It's over. So, yeah. I'm glad he's coming back too, brother. 100%. Oh, yeah, bro. 100. Keeping it 100. LMFAO. Hey, I got to make it entertaining, man. Having a guy like CJ Gardner-Johnson, I think, is special for this team. He's not only is he a good football player, but he is a leader. Yeah, he was trying to start fights, I guess, in practice today. You know, but he's that vocal leader. He's the loudest guy in the room. He's going to get in your face. He's going to tell you if you're being good or bad. You know what I mean? He doesn't mix punches. He's going to tell you. He's going to tell you if you're doing well or if you are doing well, and he's going to be very loud and boisterous about it. It's just the way he is, man. So I love it. I'll take a couple bottles. So will I, brother. I'll take a couple of those bottles that he's been swinging on. But I appreciate it, guys. We're here for about, I'm going to end this at about 8:30. Hour and a half. Your boy's back. Hopefully I can do this again next week. I shouldn't have a problem doing it. Shouldn't have a problem next week, because now next week I'll officially be on Christmas vacation, even though I've been laid off here and there for the past, my God, I feel like it's been a month or so. Went back a couple days ago. No, last week went back. Was it last week? Or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago was back for 3 days, half days. It's been a goddamn mess in the car industry, man. Been a mess. But having fun, man. Having fun being laid off. I'm gonna do a couple videos this week. I'm gonna do my preview. Will be coming up. Check me out on YouTube, guys. Mark Orum, Orum's Forum, Lions News. It's a raw video. It's opinion based, factual based. We mix it all up and we throw it in a blender, and that's how we do it. And then I'll also be on Facebook doing my show, Lions Forum with Sly and Orum, with my buddy Derek Sylvester on Facebook. Check that out. If you don't follow me on Facebook, just look for the name Mark Orum. You can find me. And you have to join a site called the 519 Reppin, REP apostrophe N, Reppin the 519. It's it is a site made up by a buddy of mine named Greg Schooley, and they do all kinds of pods, man. They do videos, they do Red Wings, they do Wings, they do they don't do the Pistons, but they do Windsor Spitfires. If you guys know what Spitfires is, it's like OHL stuff, hockey. What else they do? They do Maple Leaf talk. If you're a Maple Leaf fan, Canadian, eh? So they do all that. And then we have our show called Lions Forum with Sly and Orum. And we do a show every Sunday at like 12, usually when it's a 1 o'clock game. Usually all depends what time the game is. If the game's on at 4, we'll do the pod at 3. And we do it at my friend Greg Schooley's bar called the 519 Beer House. We do a podcast there. And we only do it for about half an hour, 40 minutes. And it's usually live. Sometimes we got to pre-tape. Just all depends. Situation, man, family, stuff going on. This week we're doing it early because Christmas Eve is on Sunday, or Christmas Eve's on Sunday. So we're doing it at Saturday, I believe, at 12 o'clock, I think, at the bar. But hey, man, follow me up, guys. Mark Orum's Forum. Follow me up on Facebook. Appreciate it, guys. Take it easy, guys. It's awesome doing this. Appreciate it. Like I said, this is like it's like a therapy for me, and it really, really helps. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock, brother. I'm with Micro Mike. Absolutely. I follow, but I haven't seen you go live on Facebook. We'll check it out. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, guys. Orum's Forum out. End the stream, and